Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Stuart Ray, and I own the Peregrine Company, Peregrine Transportation, as most of y'all know it. And obviously, I help Shelby with her responsibilities over at Eagle. And so, as we, you know how important safety is to us, so these driver meetings are still vitally important. Due to COVID and a variety of reasons, we haven't been able to get together for a long time. We had a little bit of a shindig out at the yard at Eagle, in the fall, I think, and not exactly a safety meeting, really just a great night to get together, and I think we had a Mexican food truck in there that was awesome. And so, but these are more of our traditional safety meetings for anyone that hasn't been around, where we try to get everybody in. Friday afternoons usually work. We try to get as many of our over-the-road drivers to get in here. That's not always possible for all of them. But these are mandatory because we need everybody to show and know how significant and important safety is to both Peregrine and Eagle companies. So that's why, if you think we're being difficult on getting everybody together, we are, because your safety is the most important thing to us, quite frankly. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to everybody just for a couple minutes. Don't want to bore you. I'll let you get to the meat and potatoes, and I might even have to cut out of here before it's all over. First of all, we don't want it to be totally stiff. If one or two people want to get up and grab seconds while we're giving this, go ahead and do that. Try to be respectful. We'd rather probably not have 6 people up here, you know, because it just distracts, but 1 or 2 people at a time, getting seconds or refilling your drink is fine with us. So we want everybody to be comfortable and really have a great afternoon, because the ladies, for lack of a better term, work hard to put this thing on for you, and this is a great place. The food smells great, and so I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't really have a big agenda. I just wanted to tell you Peregrine and Eagle are both doing well. We're growing. We'd love to have more drivers. We, as you all know, always seem to have some trucks that we could fill, and we will add additional trucks, because we really have, as a buddy of mine used to say, we have more business than we can pray over. And it's challenging for us to go out and get drivers, and I know you all hopefully recognize we've tried to do some wage adjustments. You know, we do have a signing bonus that, is available to you all. If you're able to identify new drivers and bring them in, you're really our best recruiting tool, as far as, because also, you know, not only are they, you know, if they're drivers, you know, if they're good drivers, reliable, and kind of the family members that we're looking for. So please keep an eye out for potential new drivers. There was my recruiting speech for you.
Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate that.
The only other thing I was going to just touch on, a couple things I was going to touch on. First is to tell you all, whether you follow it on the internet, you picked it up in the news or whatever, I am running for Congress. Don't worry, this isn't a congressional speech, and I'm not going to ask for money today, although I've been asking for a lot of money lately. But I am running for Congress for this district, for the 3rd district, and I don't want you to think that there's anything that'll be disrupted at all. We have a wonderful team in place. If I were fortunate enough, I've got a primary in May and a general election in November. You have to live in Louisville, which is the 3rd district. There's a little part of J-Town, kind of over towards Billtown, over towards Lake Forest. It isn't in the 3rd district, but most all the rest of Louisville is. And so if you're in my district, hey, I'd love to have your vote. I'd love to put a yard sign up, and I'd love to have your support. But that's not, there's no pressure associated with our employment and my congressional run. However, I want you all to rest assured that we have a wonderful team in place, and I'm not looking to leave. I just had a calling to serve my country. I've always looked for an opportunity to serve. I've done some voluntary things in the past, and this congressional seat was important because I don't like the direction of the country. You know what it's costing us at the pump. You know what it's costing you in the grocery stores. I could go on and on. So regardless of your political persuasion, I'm not really thrilled with the direction of the country, which is why I stepped up and decided to run for Congress. But everything will continue to run and remain the same. If I were fortunate enough to get elected, I also work closely with my brother Brad, who's been in our industries forever. He would certainly probably step in if I were absent, serving in Congress, and he would probably help out in a variety of areas. But Tim, Laura, Katrina, and the team here do a great job, and I feel very confident that our company will continue to grow and prosper, even if I were in Washington for some time. So I just wanted to clear that up and be happy to talk to anybody later about it. The other thing I'm real happy about, and it kind of circles back to recruiting, but it circles back to you all, most importantly, is we're very happy that we've thought, what could we do? And you can ask Laura, I've thought about this for really years. What could we do to really provide a nice perk for our drivers? Tell them how much we appreciate them, how hard, how hard you all work, and I know that you just mean the world to us, and you take care of our customers and you take care of our business 5, often 6, sometimes 7 days a week. You put in long hours and we appreciate it. We know you need a break, and we know that when times are difficult, it's not always easy to plan a vacation. It's not always easy to fork up a couple of grand to go to the beach because it's pretty pricey to get a place on the beach. So we decided to take care of that for you. So who has the? You can hand those out. I know you all seen it. I hope everybody has seen the email. This is going out to both Eagle and Peregrine employees, and basically we're offering you a week on the beach on us, and we're proud of that. We've already offered it to a couple, 2 or 4 of our senior people, and we'll be going down the list, and everybody's going to get touched on. As far as seniority is concerned, we'll go right down that road, and Eagle people, your past seniority counts with when you worked for the previous company prior to 2019. So I think, between some people that it might not either be their cup of tea or they can't get there this year or whatever, I think we're going to be going down the list in pretty quick order. So I think if you've been around here for a little while, you'll probably see a chance of booking even this year. And if, we're booking through mid-November, and if we don't get to you, we'll probably reach out to the balance and say you'll be on the list early in the spring. So I think it's a very nice company perk. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you're able to bring either children or grandchildren down there. And this beach is beautiful. If the ocean and the beach isn't your thing, there is a million things to do that I couldn't even scratch the surface down at Myrtle Beach. I mean, from an amusement park to the 6th largest Ferris wheel in the world that's right down there on the boardwalk, and there's restaurants, and there's, putt-putt, and you name it, there's all kinds of stuff to do. If just sitting out with a funny little drink with an umbrella in it on the beach isn't your thing, there's still plenty to do and see down there in that area. It's all really a beautiful part of the country. So we're happy to offer that to you guys, and I'm sure the ladies could answer any questions down the road. Does anybody have anything they want to ask me about? I'd be happy to answer a question. If not, they've got a good big agenda, and I want to let them get to it. Okay, thank you all. Have a good weekend.
Okay. Anybody that doesn't know me, I'm Laura. And I just wanted to say, I'm so glad we're able to get together. I miss you guys, and seeing you all and getting together. It's been difficult through COVID, and I know that it's been difficult on you all, but it's also been on us because we miss everybody. So anyways, just a couple of things I want to update you on, and this is Peregrine information because Eagle has already done their health insurance renewal. Yours was in March, this month. Okay. Peregrine's open enrollment starts in May, so our insurance will change as of June 1st. I'm hoping that we will again stay with Anthem. I should have the information on the renewal probably on Monday. Things are going to go a little bit different with the enrollment this year, I hope. I'm having a meeting with an agent on Tuesday, and we're going to talk about doing the enrollment online to where you can go in and you can say, yes, I want this health insurance, no, I don't want the vision, term, whatever, selections are. And I think it will make it a lot easier for everyone. This system will also help us. It kind of spreads out to, you make one entry for health insurance, like you change something, it shoots out to the dental and to the vision and everybody. So it just kind of will help, streamline everything for the office, and it will for you all too. So there's gonna be more information on that. All the enrollment information will come out probably the end of April, 1st of May. The new policy begins again June 1st. I do wanna tell you all, if there's anything that changes in your life, like you got married, or you had a baby, or you got divorced, whatever, you need to let us know within a couple weeks of that happening. If you wait longer than 30 days, you're out of luck until open enrollment of next year. And there's someone in this room that experienced that, and it was not a fun experience. So, so please, stay on that, it's really important, all right? Let's see here. Payroll issues. Anybody has any trouble with the time clock? Anybody has trouble with your paycheck, or you think it's wrong? Cindy's our payroll lady. Some of you have not met her. That's Cindy Allen, and she works in our office now. She's been there almost, have you been there 2 years? Yeah, yeah. She's been around a while. But she is.
What do you mean by that? Just with COVID, you haven't met her.
Yes, yeah. But she's meticulous about your payroll, and she gets really upset if I don't get her the right information, or if Tim doesn't get her the right information, and then it looks like she screwed it up. It's upsetting to her if your money isn't right. So if you got something, you see it, you know it, please call her, okay? And I always tell everybody, please don't hesitate. I've had drivers that will say, well, it was wrong 2 months ago, but I let it go. We don't want you to let it go. Please let us know, okay? That's all I have.
That's all you have?
Oh, I wanted to introduce
Amy.
everybody. We have a new, she's on the Peregrine side, this is Amy
Come around here, Amy,
Canoa.
where they can see you.
She's hiding.
Come
She
on.
now-
Okay.
Up my face.
She does all the billing for transportation company, so when she's asking for your paperwork, please send it to her, please send it to her. It makes it really difficult at the end of the month if we don't get the paperwork in. We really need it timely, we need it, are you asking for it daily now?
I ask them when they get through with their loads, but
Right.
sometimes things happen and it doesn't
And
happen.
we understand that, but you've got to stay on it. Do not erase your, scans, or get rid of your paperwork. I'd
For a
say,
month, 1
yeah,
month,
at
keep
least
1 month in there.
Okay, because at the end of the month, you might have think, did you send it through your CAM scanner? But we didn't get it, it's out there in Never Never Land. So please, keep that information, we need it. If you do it, you gotta bill it, and we need to bill it,
This
so.
is how we get paid.
That's right. And so Amy's our new billing person for Peregrine. Then we have Courtney McFarland over here that is Eagle. And she is probably nagging you all for paperwork, I'm assuming. She better be. So if you need something, on the paperwork side, need help, or she's asking you, please get that to her. So, do we have anybody? We have Katrina. And everybody knows Katrina.
And I just wanted to say one thing to the Eagle team before I maybe cut out, but Shelby normally likes to attend these meetings, and she would be here wholeheartedly. Laura and Shelby and I had a meeting this week, and I thought I was gonna have to boil water and start ripping up sheets. So if you haven't seen Shelby lately, she's this pregnant and looks like she could go anytime now. So we were just like, Shelby, you should maybe go home, or the hospital, one of the two. But we didn't wanna have I don't wanna deliver my grandson, Rowan, right then and there, so. She's doing really well, and I talked to her just a few minutes ago, and she sends her best to everybody, including especially the Eagle team, and she loves going to these meetings, but couldn't make it today. And hopefully she'll be in the hospital within the week with good news.
Good news. All right. Okay, this is where the fun begins, so everybody listen up. Yeah. What do I always these safety meetings, some of you guys that's been here for a long time, what is the very first thing I talk about?
Don't smoke crack while you're driving a truck.
No,
That's the third thing.
that's like number 2. No distracted driving, ever. I don't care if you've dropped your potato chips. I don't care if you're thirsty. Don't be fishing around back here in the coolers and stuff to get a bottle of water. That will get you killed. You'll have an accident, you'll kill somebody. You may run off the road. Last year when I went on vacation, I saw some horrific accidents with semis. And I couldn't help but think that, did they fall asleep? Were they distracted? I saw trucks that weren't even attached to the cabs. The chassis were there, but the cab was out in front of it. I don't want that to be you all, please. The last thing I want is to have to contact family and say there's been a horrific accident. No texting, don't be texting. Everything has to be hands-free. If you can't do it through your hands-free mic, then maybe you should wait about it. If we send you a text or we call and you're in the middle of something, your headset's not on or whatever, don't answer it, don't text us back. Wait till you get to a point and then contact us, okay? We're not gonna say, why didn't you call me? What are you doing? I don't think you've ever heard that out of any of us. I made a phone call last week, asked somebody what they were doing. I did. But that phone call needed to be made. So I take it very seriously, absolutely no distracted driving at all. Gotta get off the road, get off the road. But don't be grabbing anything. We're gonna go through some things of what we expect of you as a driver. We consider you all professional drivers. You're very good at your job. You care. You show up, you do your work, and that's what we want. We want you to be careful with it. So throughout this, Tim's gonna come up and talk, Corey's gonna talk, and then I'm gonna go back to yammering so that you all get more information. One thing I wanted to tell you all, that if you all try to contact us and we're in a meeting, or the steward's got us in the middle of a project that is time sensitive, if any of us send you a message that says, in a meeting, we'll call you back. If you have an emergency, please text us 911. We will excuse ourselves out of that meeting or whatever it is we're doing to get you taken care of. 911 is for emergencies. You've had an accident. You're ill. You gotta get out of the truck. You need assistance or whatever. Not, well, I think I need to get my trailer looked at, not this week, but maybe next week. That's not an emergency. That can wait till we call you back, okay? We do want to get you all taken care of. There is absolutely no parking on the side of the roads. None. I don't want you to even entertain the idea of pulling over on the side of the road. If you need to pull over, you need to get off the road. If you're broke down, that's a different situation. But because your bottle of water is running away is not a reason to pull over on the side of the road. We're in the middle of a lawsuit right now over that. And we're gonna go over some of those things later. I can't tell you the man hours I have put in on this one lawsuit, and Laura has been working on another one. They will ask you everything. Nothing is sacred. So keep that in mind, okay? You all should know what credentials you're supposed to have in your truck at any given time. You get pulled over, what are you gonna be asked for?
First thing is license and cab card.
Exactly. Where's your driver's license? Let me see your medical card, and where's your cab card? Then they're gonna ask, where's the insurance to the truck and trailer? Where's the federal inspection to the trailer? You know where that is? These are all things that you should be able to put your hand on immediately if you get pulled over. Put them somewhere in your truck. I know either you guys don't really slip seat, so put it somewhere in your truck that you can put your hands on it, because when you do get pulled over, you're gonna be flustered. I would be flustered. You know, like, oh geez, I'm going to jail, what'd I do? You know, they're gonna haul me off. So make sure you put it in a convenient place where you can get your hands on it. First thing you need to do though, if you do get pulled over, is mark your duty status. don't still be driving when he's standing there talking to you, because he will ding you on that. And this top up here by Chamberlain Lane and LaGrange Road is wicked mean. We've had guys, Malcolm, when he was here, he got the book thrown at him. I mean, literally, he had so many violations that through FMCSA, they give them a limit that they have to stop at. But they're still listed, but they couldn't give us any more points. So, make sure you know where all that information is, in case you get asked for it, okay?
Okay, let's try to give them all the information, all the trucks and trailers.
Do what?
Since the trucks and trailers get moved around, hooked up to different ones.
They do get moved around.
Books is the other thing that has all the information.
That is on our docket to get done. I thought about that the other day. What we need to do is bring all those binders in, toss all that stuff out, and redo them. So, that'll be happening in the near future. But in the meantime, make sure you know where your stuff is, okay? If it belongs to the truck, leave it in the truck. Well, I'm trying to get those document holders put on the trailers, so that those documents will be attached to the trailers as they're going in for service and federal PMs. I'm trying to get that too put on there to where you can have your federal inspection, your insurance card, your registration to the trailer in there. So, you know, because even Eagle has had to swap trailers. They've had trailers in the shop, they've had to go get another one, and then have to start all over again with equipment, credentials and everything. So, I'm trying to get that accomplished. Hey, Halo, welcome to the fun. Make sure y'all got the IFTA tax fuel card also in your truck. Make sure your truck's got an IFTA sticker on it, 2022 IFTA sticker. If not, those either come from Ryder or Penske, depending on what truck you're in, okay? And now, it's Tim's turn. Tim's turn.
Okay, so I won't be long-winded at all, just a couple things. Local DKP, day and night. So I know some of you kind of like to have territorial issues with your trucks. I'm gonna make it even easier. So when you see the schedule come out, the trucks your name's beside, stay in them, okay? If the trailer's attached to it, let's keep it with it. If there's a problem with it, call me. And there's a reason why we want to do that. I want to start tracking. We've had some bumps and bruises lately with our trailers. And honestly, I'm just kind of up to here with it. And it's financially, it can start wearing on you, okay? So I need to know who's doing what. And the other thing is, if you have a problem, it's okay, accidents happen, let us know. The most frustrating thing is when, and not to pick on anything, but at nights, I know it gets dark, and you guys kind of leave stuff there, but the day shift then has to take up for it. And that's not fair. So at least you can give us a heads up, we can give them a heads up. And it's just all about communication, okay? All we ask for. Things are gonna happen. I think everyone here has had something happen. If you haven't, you haven't been in trucking long enough. Something's gonna happen, that's okay. We'll work through that, but when you don't say anything, that's the frustrating thing. And that's the Eagle, Peregrine, whatever. Just make sure you let Corey know if you're on the Eagle side, if it's DKP or Arconics or over the road, let us know, Katrina, myself, Chris, because we might need to know if we gotta move equipment around, which we all know we do that a lot. So I think Mr. Cooley already said that, so. Second thing, when you do get stopped, okay, we got a lot of new drivers in here. When you do get stopped, just be nice. Cause I promise you, if you got an attitude, what she talked about with what happened, where they just keep racking up the points, you'll be there a long time and you're gonna get a lot of points.
Yeah.
Just be nice. Just, I can't stress it enough. Just be nice. The other thing when it comes to business-wise. So DKP, of course, we all know who they are, what they are, how they react to things. They're basically mirror what Ford does. Ford has basically turned it back on, which is good. I usually look at the numbers from what our Arconics guys do. When that looks good, DKP starts to look good, because that means they're actually running a lot of scrap. It's a little bit difficult now because they're running so much steel. So, as you know, our DKP guys who run the steel blanks and everything over, they understand that. But I don't think that's gonna slow down. From everything I get from the stamping manager at Ford, is that's just gonna continue to ramp up. Not only from him, but also DKP is ordering more steel to fill those orders, those parts. So that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. Probably, I would look at maybe midsummer, and our over-the-road drivers that's on that lane, you guys are gonna be taking mostly aluminum out there instead of steel. That's why they've been constantly trying to get their steel presses running. Everything seems like everything's clicking right now with those presses. So they'll start to transition that to aluminum only, okay? So, not really gonna be anything different. You've already taken the aluminum out, but that's all you'll see there for a period of time, unless one of their presses go down, then we'll have to support it with steel as well, so. We do have several different customers. Of course, we know the DKP, everybody here's done it. AI International, I think everybody over the road has done it at least once. And then we have a new customer, which Stan and actually Kevin Hanlon has actually started tinkering, but Stan's pretty much been the lead person on that, and that's for young manufacturing. Chris and I plan on going down there in April to actually do an on-site visit, but everything so far has been good. Stan, right, so far?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's getting home, and everybody's, getting what they need, so. Young is something we look to grow, hopefully. Still have United Steel, it ain't gone anywhere. We probably are not supporting it like we could, but that comes down to it comes into priority. What do we have? Well, DKP is our meat and potato, AI is our probably second, side dish, and now young manufacturers kind of dessert. United, it's extra right now, so, hopefully we get some more drivers, which I know Katrina
Working on it.
is working on that, so, once we get those filled, we'll kind of put some people onto that too, so. It's good to have more than just one, all in with DKP. If we don't have more options, then we saw that in COVID. Ford went down, and it was pretty depleted. We also have Kroger. Some of you run Kroger for us. Kroger is not going away. Everybody likes to eat, as we can see. So, it's not going anywhere. We got a couple other things in the works as well that, kind of deals with that aspect of it, whether it be power only or van. So, there's some good things happening, exciting things. We just need to continue to grow. I wanna say I appreciate you guys, we all do in the office. The other thing is, they talk about paperwork. Please make sure not only do you scan in the paperwork after each load. I'm gonna be a little bit stricter on that. I know you guys can do it right after. Sometime in between, before, days after, scan it in. Get it off of your to-do list. But then when you get to DKP or you get to Penske, turn in the paperwork. Because that's what we do when something might be missed scan-wise. Amy and possibly Katrina or somebody can do an audit, and we go through and we find out what we're missing, okay? And last month, we found a lot that was missing. So, I lied, I got one other thing. So, at least I'm honest though. I did
You
lie.
are
I did
honest.
lie.
Mayor's not on hand to lie.
You keep going.
There's always one. There's always one. And he stands out, that's why he's in orange. Those of you who do the Kansas City lane for us, we got a truck out there that's running local, okay? Please stop in if you see him. I know if they're Ford, that's fine, but if he's on the premises, please stop in and say, hey, do you want me to grab your paperwork and bring it back with you? Please. Say please.
Pretty please.
Yeah.
Pretty,
Yes,
pretty,
please.
pretty please. Pretty please.
Grocery bags full.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so hard to
Thank
get their
you.
paperwork.
Thank you. One of them out there has a hard time with their phone. I don't know if he's got a flip phone or what, but
It's over.
we just don't get it in, and then, like, somebody else hears it, and then it kind of rolls downhill, and honestly, I'm tired of hearing about it. So, if y'all could do that, I love you anyway, but I love you even more. Please, Alright, any questions for me, Chris? From Peregrine? Eagle? Anything? Alright, thanks for all y'all do.
Cool beans. All right, well, I'm gonna bore you some more. And then Corey will be up. He's got a few things to talk about too. The very first thing you all should be doing when you get in your trucks is clicking that seatbelt. I have the Samsara on the most sensitive settings that I can have. If I get a notice that you don't have your seatbelt clicked, you're gonna have a conversation with me, and I'm not gonna be very nice, I'll be honest. Nobody should be getting in a truck with a seatbelt not snapped,
What's parking lot parameters on that setting?
as soon as it starts moving.
Well, you know, what's the conversation?
Well, if that truck is moving, I don't care if it's moving on Eagle's property, or if it's moving on a customer's property, click it. Click it, okay? I'm just gonna throw this out there, just so everybody knows. There'll be a pop quiz and the video for the people that were not here. And each test will be individually different. So, keep that in mind, that if y'all have to miss a meeting, which it will happen, we've got a great group here today, I'm excited to see everybody here. We have just a handful that's not here. It's always gonna be recorded, and there's always gonna be a pop quiz. And that will be sent to you via email. You'll have a time frame to get it done. You know, try to do it on your break or whatever. The over-the-road drivers, you know, they get a break every day, every night. Hands, are you listening to me back here, buddy?
I got it.
Okay, you tell those guys next to you to zip it up. Now, I don't need a choir back there. Y'all can sing later. So, keep that in mind, okay, because these pop quizzes have to be done. Okay, for all the local guys, that includes Eagle as well. As soon as that truck starts moving, it's not, if you keep it under 5 miles per hour, I don't know who started that myth, but it's not true. Because I'm the one that set the parameters. I could set it for, you can go up to 10 miles an hour and then not click on. But I have it as soon as it starts moving. Robert knows, he was out driving one day and he had all these unassigned drive times, and I'm like, here we go. I put him on his truck and he calls me, my log is red and I'm on the road. I said, it sure is. Sure is. So we get pulled over, in that time that I'm having a conversation with you, you're in a deep world of hurt. So don't do it, please. That causes a lot of extra work on me when I can be truly looking at stuff that you all need to know, not assigning logs, okay? Certify your logs every day for the previous day. When you come in on Monday and you didn't work Saturday and Sunday, you should be doing Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when you come in on Monday. If you get pulled over by the DOT, they're gonna ask to see your logs. They're gonna see that you got a month's worth that you never certified. You haven't looked at them, you don't know if they're true or correct or anything. That is points against you, DOT. Okay? Keep in mind that everything that you all do is points against the company. And some of these things, seatbelts, is 8 points. We don't, DOT doesn't wait till we get up to 100 points to shut us down. We can be at 24% and they'll decide to shut us down. If they shut us down, you all don't have a job. I don't know what you're gonna do till I get it rectified. So each and every one of you need to be considerate of what you do in that truck and how it affects all these guys out here. It affects everybody. Tans may be back there and he's got a wife pregnant with triplets. And he's scrambling for what am I gonna do for money? You know? Maybe. You never know, Tans. He's like, knock on wood. I got his attention. So please be considerate. You know, be considerate of your teammates. I can tell you that people will call Amy Powell, the anchor.
It's not Powell.
It's not
Oh, Powell, no ma'am. What is it? Yes, no, 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 yes?
Maybe.
Maybe. Amy Maybe now. She changed her name. She's now, they called her Amy Maybe when she was in school because her name is No Yes. So, not pronounced like that, but it looks like that. But she does the speed limit, she does under the speed limit, she has all her credentials together. If she sees a new driver in the lane, she'll say, hey, let's go see what you got in your truck. Do you have this? Do you have that? And make sure that you've got it all pulled together. I'm very thankful for her for doing that and helping out the new drivers and making sure it's done. I know I can always count on Melinda and Amy to make sure that these try to get shored up. But, you know, do the speed limit. No speeding, guys. That's not even tolerated. You know, well, you'd be surprised. Some of them, you know, you're at a 45 and you're doing 71, it's speeding. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? It's okay, you're hauling heavy. I'm not sure I want you going very fast.
Zip.
Ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen on my watch. After I retire, maybe, but not on mine. Okay? Right, Corey, you wanna talk about yours?
I guess we're gonna talk about low security. How many times we talk about that? So, what I see mostly coming in our plane, that's on both sides, is guys not securing these STI loads right. We're supposed to have them on the front and rear of those coils. Yeah, I see single straps over every one of those skids a lot of times. And that's on both sides of the company, so we need to make sure, on anything, same on mill steel, front and rear, if they're butted up, X them up, secure it right. Like we always talk about, throw an extra train on a coil too, cause you probably wish you had if you ever get in an accident, keep that coil from flying off the truck. I don't know if you ever seen what one looks like, but it ain't pretty. Many years ago, we had one come off in our driveway before, and I seen over the road trucks backing our door, leaning like that, and I don't know how they got it in without falling off, so. Overall, we got a pretty good safety record as far as not losing loads, especially on the Eagle side, because I see that every day, so that's how.
Thank you.
So
Knock
we
on some wood.
need to make sure we continue that, because we've seen what some of these GE loads look like when they go too, so.
Yes.
That's stainless steel, that's not pretty either, that's pretty pricey to replace those. But that's the big thing is low securement. Cause I know you guys haul a bunch of different stuff on your side, we mostly haul pulls and skidded material, but, there's a lot of idiots on the road, you guys know that. A lot of people, they like to cut trucks off, slam their brakes on, just trying to get you to hit them. So when you got, some of these guys got 80-something thousand pounds on the back of their trailer going down the road, you're not stopping, you know, we know that ain't stopping, so. We just gotta continue to be safe and keep doing what we've been doing. That's all I got. That's short and sweet.
Very short and sweet.
That's how you do it, Tim. Where'd you go?
Yeah, where did he go? He's out there talking to somebody about an issue, I'm sure. Probably somebody needing to load something. Keep in mind, especially the Peregrine guys, the local guys, cause y'all slip seat all the time. We've got 2 shifts, we got weekend people, we may have random over-the-road guys in your day cabs. I want y'all to be like campers. If you pack it in the truck at the beginning of the shift, you need to pack it back out. Cause the next person getting in the truck doesn't wanna have to deal with your dirtiness. The guys that smoke, we would prefer you didn't smoke in the trucks, but leaving ashes all over the floorboard and all over the dash and everywhere else is not nice to the next person.
If you slip seat, there is no smoking, period. Don't smoke, okay, no smoking. But some people just can't deal with it. They just can't. So if you're over the road, we get it, it's your thing. We would, like she said, prefer you not to, but if you slip seat, there is none, okay? So,
Y'all have plenty of time to get outside of the truck and smoke a cigarette.
All on the side of the road, right?
No. I want you to pull into a Walmart and get out of your truck and smoke, that's what it takes. But our local guys, they, you know, Eagle guys, y'all pretty much are in your truck. Unless one's in the shop and you have to go to someone else's, but our guys are definitely, you've got daytime guys and nighttime guys. You got plenty of time to get outside the truck and smoke a cigarette. Don't leave your candy wrapper, don't leave your Coke bottles in there, your water bottles. Take it all out with you at the end of the night, so that the next person getting in can get in and start their day and do their job without having to clean up after somebody. Back to the logs, we're gonna talk about logs again, because there's certain things that you all need to be doing. And when we get to the lawsuit portion of it, you'll understand why I'm hitting on these pretty hard. If you stop for a fuel stop, it needs to be noted on your logs. When you stop for a fuel stop. Because they will come back and try to marry up your fuel receipts to your fuel stops on your logs, and if it's missing, then there's a problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Rest breaks, the over-the-road people have to take a rest break, 30-minute rest break, you need to put those on there as well, mark them when you're on a meal break. Breakdowns, automatically broke down. First thing you need to do is make a phone call to us. You all were handed out these sheets here. These are to go in your trucks, these two right here. Peregrine's got one color and Eagle's got another one. This tells you what you're supposed to do if something happens and who you call. Tim handles so much about loads that he does not wanna hear about your flat tire. But Katrina, on the other hand, needs to hear about your flat tire to get you taken care of because he's dealing with a customer on a load, okay? So, there's procedures here, who to talk to for what, fuel cards. There's a lot of new people here, there's gonna be even more. So this is gonna be standard to have in the trucks, okay? Adverse driving. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you. We think that's just a get out of jail card. We can use it for anything that we want, and it's not. It's not. FMCSA will tell you that it is only for certain things. If you have an accident and you're in adverse driving conditions, and you really didn't have adverse driving conditions, then you're in the hot seat.
You got a record of adverse.
Do what?
There's an adverse driving condition that got a record.
Sure is. Yeah, it's right there. It's the plate in the registration. You here? Okay. So keep in mind, an adverse driving condition is for snow, ice, torrential rains. If you're stuck on the highway behind an accident, Nayla was one of those. Nayla, where are you? I don't see her right there. Oh, there you are. I look all the way back there. I'm like, where's my Nayla at? You're right up here in front. Nayla was stuck on the highway for 2 hours. There was somebody behind her that accused her of rolling back into them. However, they didn't get out of the truck, out of their vehicle and say, hey, I think you backed into me. She didn't know anything about it. We have no record of it. We didn't get any pictures of the vehicle behind her. But dang, they want us to fix their car. So, keep that in mind too. That happened to Nail, and Nail was like, I don't know anything about it. You even had to talk to the insurance people, didn't you? Yeah. So if you are in an accident, make sure you get out and take pictures. And be mindful, if the other person is injured, please be mindful of that. I want pictures of the vehicle, your vehicle. If you can get shots of the inside of their car without film in it, please do so. There's sometimes, and Laura and I have gone through this recently, gone through a picture with a fine-tooth comb, trying to find anything to help our case. So, there's a bottle in this vehicle, we don't know what it is. We pointed out that there is a bottle. So, be careful with that. You can't take pictures of the injured person and they just can't be out in the public. That's an invasion of their privacy. The same as we wouldn't want them to do that to you. So, adverse driving conditions. Slow down. Please slow down. Tim, you remember this, don't you? Yeah, we've got it on video. We have a beautiful truck going down the highway. There's another company next to us that's going 25 miles an hour. And we just got the pedal to the floor and we're just full speed ahead on ice. We jackknifed. We took out the cable barrier. We tore up the truck. We had to be towed out. That goes against our record, believe it or not. Anytime a tow truck is involved, it's turned in against our DOT number. So, we're down. Oh, we're gonna take it.
Go look for children.
Thank you, Courtney.
So, you know, please slow down when the weather is bad, even rain, slow down. You know, you may be solid as all get out, and you know what you're doing and you're in control, but the guy next to you may be a total idiot. And he's gonna be all over the place, and there you have it. So, you know, be mindful of people that are around you. The cameras that we have in the truck are forward facing. We have no intentions of getting them facing the driver. But everything that you do, a harsh turn, a harsh brake, a rolling stop, automatically saves that video and sends it to me. I get it on my phone, I get it in all my emails, I can't hide from it. You know, over there in Indiana, the loop-de-loop to get over to DKP and where you guys go, they think that's a harsh turn. I get those every day, all day long, but it kinda is, depending on how fast you're going. You know, it calculates the G-force of the truck doing this. Somehow, it's smarter than we are. So, those alerts automatically come to me. If I send you a video to watch, you have to watch it, because then it marks that you watch it. It's a coaching tool to help you to slow down. I don't know who it is, there's a customer we've got, I think it's, I wanna say it's one of the Eagle customers. They have a stop sign,
That's going to Green Park.
they have a stop sign in the middle of their property. Nothing around it, it's just a stop sign out there on the customer's property.
Talking about Mill Steel?
Yes.
That Nucor,
I got it.
Newport has a bunch of stop
Yeah.
signs, but Mill Steel and Jeffersonville, there's
Yeah.
a stop sign at the corner.
It's usually on the ground.
Yeah, and it reads those stop signs. Now, when I get those videos, I know where you are, I'm not concerned, I can see there's nothing around you. There's not even a cross street, it's just a random stop sign.
Yep.
I guess to slow you guys down. I'm not gonna send those to you. If I see a harsh turn, I'm gonna review it. If I feel like it is a harsh turn, and we've had some that have had some of those, then, you know, we're gonna send those out, but if it's not needed, I won't. I'm only gonna send you what you truly need to review. You know, what could cause an accident. If you're at a four-way and there's traffic going everywhere and you're slowing down, you're like, I got this, it's gonna turn, it's gonna turn, it's gonna turn, and you go on out there anyway, you're gonna get a video to watch. So, I can see everything that truck does, and Samsara automatically captures those alerts for us, and it's a good thing. Because then it shows that we are coaching you all, and you all are learning, and it shows that we're putting forth the effort to keep you all out of trouble, okay? Stop signs. So the alerts are speeding, harsh turns, rolling stops, a harsh brake, and those happen because you got crazy people on the highway, oh, I missed my turn, and they slam on the brakes like they're gonna go back to it, and then you as a driver, you gotta be hitting on your brakes to keep from hitting the moron in front of you. You know, Cooley had that just the other day. I saw it clear as day. I'm like, what is that person doing? So those in a crash, that is even a bigger alert that comes to me if there's a crash. And it scares the life out of me when I see that. So, those are the things that's gonna come to me as an alert for videos that need to be reviewed, okay? In 1 month, you're gonna love these statistics. This is nothing to be proud of, nothing at all. In 1 month, we had 103 rolling stops. In a court of law, that's 103 possible times that we could have had an accident and hit somebody, or damaged property, or lost our load. 103. We had 21 harsh turns, and I did do some of those, and I can tell you, it's like I'm sitting in your seat, and some of these places that you turn are very congested. They are, I see it. Truck's big, you got a long trailer, you gotta swing out, and then you gotta cut way back to get down your road, because crazy person there is out in front of the line where they're not supposed to be, and it's congested. Be careful about those turns. I know you have to make them. You guys do a fantastic job. So So I'm not just beating you up because I think you all don't do a good job. You do a good job. You seriously do. Taking care of our equipment. Things are gonna break. There's a lot of moving parts on a Conestoga. You know, it's not just tires, brakes, lights, airbags. We got the whole mechanism up top that's gonna fail. It will. It gets used a lot. Normal wear and tear. Something's gonna break. If something breaks, you get it rip in your trailer or whatever, let's get it fixed as quickly as we can. Now, sometimes I'm trying to find another trailer place to work on trailers around here. If any of y'all know somebody, please let me know. We have Aaron out in Newcastle that can do our welding, lights, brakes, but he doesn't really work on Conestogas. Midwest Systems out by Evansville, out going that way, they're not working on Conestogas right now because they don't have enough people. And so Melinda's like, oh.
I love them.
I know, they are. It's, you wheel in and you wheel right back out and you're taken care of. But right now, they don't have enough people to do that, so I lost one. Apex and Extreme both are backed up severely with the Conestoga parts and stuff. So I am looking for another company. It doesn't have to be right here in Louisville. If you know of somewhere that's reasonably close, please let me know. I've tried talking to the one on Dixie Highway, they quit working on Conestogas. I called somebody else, oh no ma'am, we're not gonna do that, so. I'm like, dadgummit. So, if your trailer or your truck, if something happens that needs to be repaired, and you're coming in, and you're tired, and you wanna go home, and you say, Katrina, my trailer, whatever trailer number it is sitting over at Bluegrass, Ryder Bluegrass, and there's a rip in a Conestoga that needs to get fixed. Well, it should not be put on the office or another employee to get that trailer transported. We can make arrangements for things to be set outside the gates to where they can pull them in and they can work on them. But by you doing that you've done your part. You're just waiting for us to give you another trailer and really don't care who gets that trailer that's broken. And then that driver is put on a hot load. Tim says, grab this trailer and go while the lights are out and he's got flat tires and everything else. Then he's in a pickle and upset.
That's why I got no hair.
Why he's got no hair, why he's bald. So, let's try to communicate, let's get these things in, you know, let me try to figure out where am I gonna take this one out, so we can get it fixed. I may have to call around, you got time to do this, you got time to do this, you got time to do this. We are using Raven again, over there in Indiana. I'm being a little selective as what we do right now, because they've changed some processes. But I think Miles had to call him the other night, good job, Miles, perfect, get it taken care of. They will do the roadside service, keep in mind, roadside service is $135 an hour plus fuel and travel now. It used to be $65 and I didn't blink at it because it was convenient for you drivers. And if I still have to, I will do it, if I have to. So, you know, yes, Carol?
Are we using Raven instead of Ziegler, or?
No, we're still using Ziegler.
Okay.
Ziegler seems to be a little quicker sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes not. I think it's easy to get in and out. If you can find the place, that's hard to find. Once you've been there, you're good, but I mean, I was over there, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's terrible. GPS is terrible.
I know. Well, I think the number they gave us is not even correct anyway, but if you get it, I mean, you're within a stone's throw of it. But yeah, we are using both of them. We're still using them. Miles, did you have a question?
I was gonna see if they wanted to put that, in case it ever happened at night where it's hard to contact someone, to put that number inside the trucks for the trailers in case they have a blowout. Who would
Yeah.
call and stuff?
Well, I sent out an email and now we have so many more people. I'll send it out and I want you all to save it in your contacts. You guys are more welcome to use the Goodyear account as well. You know, if you're out on the road. And sometimes that's what we have to do because there's nobody around you. But they'll send somebody, they'll find somebody close enough to us to get it done. Thanks, Miles.
Real quick on Katrina's behalf, I have been in there with her, bugging the crap out of her, trying to get y'all's equipment out, whether it be Eagle or Peregrine. And I have, heard her give some adult conversations to these shops. I'll say it that way. So she does work hard on trying to massage the situation
Sounds like a forced massage.
and get this.
Raven's a little afraid of you.
They are afraid of me, and it's good though.
Every time I go in there, are you sure you checked it, I wouldn't be here if I hadn't.
So I can guarantee you, if there's a trailer or truck that's been down for a while, it's not because we don't want it out, it's just, they're dealing with everything else, kinda like what Midwest is dealing with. There's so many people that don't have employees right now that we've had trailers at Extreme for, it seems like a
year.
decade almost.
Well, it's been a year on that one,
So it's just, it's frustrating.
yeah.
But we do, but it's okay to check back with us and say, hey, where are we at with this? Check with Corey, check with us, check with Katrina. We can maybe get the right call and check with them, and maybe it's ready at that time. It's not for, I just wanna make sure everybody knew. She does have some adult conversations with these folks at times.
You could ask Stuart about one adult conversation I had. I didn't even realize he was in the office. His door was open and my door was open. And I was literally yelling at this tow company because they wanted to charge us $7,000 to pull a truck and trailer out of the ditch because of snow. Well, it was a snowstorm. I don't care. $7,000. And they said, we're not gonna release your trailer. I said, I don't think you understand. I'm coming to get it. You don't have to release it. I'm gonna take it. You don't own it, and if you don't, you're stealing it. So then they were like, ooh, we'll go back up a little bit. So I do have to have strong conversations, and sometimes they're not very pretty, you know? But it's all in trying to get what you all have to do your job and keep the wheels rolling. If the wheel's not rolling, you are not making money, especially the over road guys. You know, if you're local, then you've got a customer on your back. Or you feel like you're gonna get yelled at by a customer, where's my load, where's my load? And I try to keep all that from happening, trickling down to you all, okay? I wanna go over one more thing. Everybody should be doing a pre or a post trip every day. I don't care if Tom Geiger gets out of his truck and Paul Swan gets in it. You better be checking out your equipment, cause you just don't know. On the Samsara app, you need to use that DVIR to do your pre or post trip. You need to take pictures of them. Have a conversation back there.
Hey, guys. Thanks.
Pre and post trips. Should be doing at least one every day. Be consistent. If you wanna do a pre-trip, do it, pick that one. If you wanna do a post trip, then you pick that one. You don't have to bounce back and forth. Just stick to one, please. But you've gotta use the app and fill it out. It is not gonna ask you to take pictures. And it'd be good for you to actually take pictures and not just upload random pictures, because I do look at them. Sometimes I see how dirty our trucks are. It's like, that needs a bath. You know, maybe then we should go by the Blue Beacon and get a bath. There's a whole reason for this. I'm gonna go into this lawsuit, and I think you all have been given the paperwork on that. I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. I do want you all to read it. Because there are, it looks like this. You'll see what they asked for. When somebody decides to sue us, the driver is the very first one that's in a hot seat, and they are going to try their level best to find that you're negligent in that one thing. That one thing that they can nail you for. Exactly. That's exactly right. The next person in line is me. I'm in the hot seat with you. It's on you, Cooley. I'm in the hot seat too. I'm right there with you. We might be eating cookies together, I don't know. That's right. Next person is the company. They're gonna try to find that the company didn't train, didn't provide, didn't do the proper things for you all to do your job that you should have been doing. They asked me for my full name, my birth date, my personal address, my social security, and my marital status. Now tell me what that has to do with us getting hit.
Did you have to do it?
I refused. I said I wasn't in the truck. You wanna use the address, you can use the company's address. You're not getting the rest of it. But they want to know everything. They will ask you for any receipts of anything you've purchased in the last 24 hours prior to the accident, hoping that you purchased alcohol. Now granted, I buy a lot of alcohol. I buy alcohol as gifts. It doesn't mean I partaked in it. At Christmas time, Laura and I both, man, we're going, that one needs a bourbon, this one needs tequila, I mean, but if there was an accident, they could use that against us. They could very well use that against us. They wanna know, this was the most bizarre thing I thought that they asked me for. They wanted to know what logo was on the truck. Gave them the logo. Well, what does it mean? Well, it's a peregrine, it's a bird. Well, who owns the logo? Well, company owns the logo. Who applied the logo? This is how nasty they get. And I'm dealing with our attorneys, thank God. That's who I'm talking to and answering to. They are protecting you, me, and the company against this bozo out here that feels like he's entitled to money. By the time they get through with you, you will have been stripped of everything. Your privacy, your confidence, you're gonna second guess everything you've ever done in your life. Maybe I should have picked up that dog that was running loose, you know, I still think about it, maybe I should have. It's stupid, the stuff they ask for. But it's serious, it's real, it's very real. It's very time consuming. Laura's got files and I've got files this thick and we haven't even made it to the courtroom yet. I don't even know what that's gonna look like. I'm dreading it. I hope it doesn't happen, but it might. It might. I will tell you, I will fight to my death to prove to them that you were not doing anything wrong, as long as you were not. I'm not gonna supply them information and tell them, hey, Johnny didn't do a pre-trip for the last 6 months. Maybe you should bring that out. I'm not gonna bring that out. I'll show them everything you did correctly. But if it goes to court, you're gonna have to sit there and you're gonna have to answer to them as well. Okay? I had to provide, I was asked for this driver's information back in 2015 when they didn't even work here. Well, I don't know what they were doing in 2015, they weren't here. That's how detailed they get. They wanna find you at fault. Trucking companies are the bad companies, and drivers are even worse. They don't care, blah, blah, blah. I think we have more in this room that care than we have that do not care. Because it is your livelihood. It is your residence, it is your family. So please, think about it before you know you're gonna do something wrong, because they're gonna try to find you on neglect. They're gonna try to find me on neglect. And then they're gonna pick on the logo for whatever reason. I don't know why, they picked on the logo. So, you all were handed down another piece of paper. I know you all probably think that all this stuff is boring. This is the reptile theory. This is what we are living right now. All these attorneys wanna take this theory, and it's just like if you were a crocodile and you had your prey and how they roll, they just keep rolling to drown them, kill them, or whatever. It's what they're trying to do to us. They're trying to trip us up. They're trying to see if we will submit information that will help their case, not ours. This is true. This is not a joke. Read it.
Been around for years.
Been around for years. They're trying to get this thrown out of the court system and they haven't got it done yet. But with the reptile theory in place, there has been cases, there was one, and it's in here, $7.7 billion that was awarded because of this. I don't know anybody can survive in that. I don't know any company that can survive in that. $7 billion is detrimental. So, just so you know what's out there and what we're up against, you know, I knew it was gonna happen at some point, maybe, hopefully not. hopefully never again. I know I have spent so many hours going over every word in these cases to make sure that we're protected. So keep in mind, your all's actions, everything that you do, can cause a reaction somewhere else. We want you to be safe, healthy, we want you to go home to your families, we want you to go on vacation, you can drink bourbon on your time off, I don't care, not in a truck. But it is, huh?
Yes.
So, read these things, okay? One of the other things that I gave you all was important dates to remember. These are the blitzes this year. Please put them on your calendars and your phones so you're prepared.
I checked my vacation days.
You can. I don't care. I don't blame you. There's some people who do that really. I get it. I truly get it. But mark these on your calendar because these dates are gonna happen. If at any time you think you need to have your brakes looked at before the brake one comes around, let's get it ran to a shop. Let's go to Tennessee. Let's get them looked at. You know, I'm never gonna tell you no on anything that's safety. I'm not gonna say, oh no, David told me you can't have your brakes looked at. You just crash and burn. I'm not gonna do that. I'll try to find the quickest place to get you in and get you back out so you're not without your trailer, okay? So, your airbags, all that stuff, airlines, make sure everything is up to snuff. This one was just kind of fun, because even I come across these drivers that are not professional on the highway, and I'm like, but yeah, they go over, what is a professional driver? Somebody that's reliable. I think everybody here in this room is reliable. Skilled. You're definitely skilled. If you come to us and you don't know how to secure a load, you will by the time you're set loose in the truck by yourself. Patient. I think you all are very patient. I think we have a fantastic group of people here. Be considerate. That you never know what is going on in that other driver's life. He may be giving you the finger and honking the horn and all this stuff. Just let him go.
Somebody got to experience that the other day, didn't they?
Yep. It happens. It does happen. So, and be honest. Just be honest with us. If something has happened to trip you up or whatever, just be honest with us. You can talk to us about anything. We're not gonna announce it to the world, but we'll try to help figure it out for you, okay? And be responsible. Be responsible for your equipment. You know, things that you need on your truck, your trailer. Be responsible. Be that professional driver that you are to get your job done. Okay? Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about? What, Roscoe?
Memorial Days or Memorial Weekend's coming up, and the big roast will be Sunday.
Big roast on Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, Roscoe's house. And that's always a good time. He gets a pig and gets a little piggy from somewhere and cooks him and.
We cook all day Saturday, and we cook all night, and then Sunday morning.
Roscoe, that's really nice that you invite everybody, and I will not be there because I'm gonna be in Myrtle Beach. She's going to Myrtle Beach!
Whose idea was it to put this out after we already scheduled our vacations?
Right. Well, actually, and I'll give you a little background, he's been looking at properties for a while, and they just bought it. They just got it, so, I mean, they've only had it probably 3 weeks. So now we're putting it out to everybody.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
I know you can because people are talking.
Just saying.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, anyways, I hope that, I know some people may not be able to use the condominium, but it would be nice. I think it's gonna be great because I'm taking my family, my kids are gonna go, it's a time where, you know, us as a family can go, and we got a free place to stay, and, you know, me and my husband will take care of the food and of course the liquor. So it'll just be a time that we can all get together, you know, and it's paid, you know, the room part is paid for. And normally I think places like that are about $500 a night.
Yeah.
So,
Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
If it's your turn, please take advantage of it. He wants you to.
He does.
He does. He wants you to. He's very excited that he's got this for you guys. So.
and I'm sorry that I got the first choice of dates because I've been here 21 years.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
We're gonna have a little drawing, so everybody sit tight, okay?
And I wanted
Real
to say,
quick, DKP, Dan just sent a message, make sure you're counting the pieces that's on the truck. There's been a couple times lately that there's been more going over or less going over. And realize that if one of those happen, you don't have to deal with Ford, gets us involved with it, so we wanna stay out of it. So what's on the truck, look at the bills, make sure it matches. That's going out to Kansas City as well as Ford over at KTP, but it's mostly KTP.
Hey, Tim, this is kind of nonsense, but I've saved them at least twice on this.
You and, I think Rick
And they
said
should
one
throw
too.
a couple hundred dollars or something with other ass out, because that's a lot of money.
You know where Dan's office is, go on in there.
People will be, will actually enforce that, no look.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that is, as you know, as they turn their employees quite often.
Most of the same shippers.
Yeah. So it's easy. Just look at your paperwork, look at on the trailer. If it doesn't match, bring it up. Don't just leave and say, well, Don or whoever said it's okay. It doesn't matter. Cool it, hang on. It's real, it just, watch it, make sure it's good, cause it could come back and hurt us. Okay, and we don't want that, so, yeah. You actually brought one back one time, right, I think? Yeah, so let's just look at what's on the bill, what's on the trailer. Also, Tan's had a situation one time where they put it on the trailer and it was not on there right, and he went ahead and took it, just thinking he was appeasing the customer. I mean, it was safe getting over, but still, it should have probably stayed there. If it's not right, do not leave, period. If it's not where you want it to be, and it looks like it could be a situation when you get over there, or shift in route, don't leave. That load is never more important than your safety or general public safety, period. We will never tell you to go if it's not safe, okay? So, just a couple things about DKP. And then the other thing, I need NALO to see me and Tim Nation to see me after this, as well as Roscoe, Amy, Stan, Cooley. I think that's it. Kevin, just Kevin. Please, about the
I wanna say
website,
one
about the
more thing.
website.
I wanted to say one more thing, you guys and gals. Thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate you all taking the time and giving Katrina respect. She
Thank
works
you.
really hard for you all and for all of us. So please know that she has a passion about safety, and we appreciate her passion. So, I hope everybody has a good weekend. Now they're gonna do the drawings.
We're gonna do drawings, so everybody stay seated, don't go away yet. Mike Cooley, we have on Peregrine's side, I think you all, Eagle has already done their deal in February, right?
Yes.
Okay. We have 2 driver of the month for February for Peregrine. One is Mike Cooley.
I don't know how this happened.
Thank you for all your hard work, sir. Enjoy.
Before the other day, we voted for you.
We voted, we had a vote. Kevin Hanlon,
There's already an
you're the other driver of the month. Thank you for everything that you do. All right.
You wanna draw on?
No.
Okay, this is an eagle.
Who was Eagles?
Kenny.
Kenny. Good job, man. Congrats.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Our winner is Alex.
Woo! Alex, come up and pick a card. Come on. Don't be shy.
Pick a card, any
Hey.
card.
Eagle drivers, I need to see you here before you leave, okay?
Pick any one of those 3.
You're gonna be
Anything you might know. Let's see what you got.
putting up all the